Farmer herder conflict is one of the deadliest conflicts that is affecting development across the African sub-region, and it's happening in Nigeria, in Cameroon, in Tanzania, and so many other African countries. But most studies have concentrated on the causes of the conflict without looking at how the conflict is affecting livelihood. So, setting out to conduct this research, my co-investigators and I analyze farmer herder conflict and livelihood nexus, how these two affect each other. We embark on a recognizance survey to abreast ourselves with what is happening in the study area, and we identify Sekyereh Afram Plain District and then Asante Ashim North District as the hotspot of farmer herder conflicts in Ghana. So this way the study side. The study is quite important also because it provides a way to which we can be able to reduce poverty. That is, we can achieve SDG 1 on zero poverty. And then it also promotes SDG 16 that talks about peace, justice. Setting up to do this study, there were three main objectives that I intended to achieve. One was to assess household vulnerability to farmer herder conflict using structural and prostructural approaches. And then secondly, I analyzed the effect of farmer herder conflict on household poverty and well-being based on the cost theory, and then also using econometric models. Then the third objective was to assess household adaptation strategies and the effect of adopting these adaptation strategies on households' poverty and well-being. So for sources of data, I had data from household survey, which I collected from 500 households, from farming households and then herding households. Then we also conducted focus group discussions. We conducted key informant interviews, and then we also had our personal observations during the data collection process. The study revealed that for farmers, they either adopt farming adaptation strategies or non-farming adaptation measures. So the predominant farming strategy among the farmers are to harvest their crops early and then also stay in their farm late in the evening, so that when cattle come, then they drive them away. Then for the non-farming adaptation measures, the results indicate that predominantly farmers now engage in charcoal production, and then others also involved in petty trading. For the herders, they also adopt either herding adaptation measures or non-herding adaptation measures. The predominant herding adaptation measure have to do with the non-grazing, and then for the non-herding, most of the sedentary herders are now moving into farming.
Be 4 years in Tokana no edin. Tiamba na yewomu ne do beans nkate ne ntos kakra kakra. Nti e ma na ntwe ne be se ni nyina. Nti e ba fie ne ye didwa kakra kakra. Mbe ma na omo mu nsu bidi adwuma na omo ye. Bidi adwuma no so edin. E ma omo mbe ma no ye mba no kura bidi adwuma ne ye ntimi nye. Enti na ye didwa na kakra kakra.
Bidi ba osumo. E mi ekuani ana e do wa ha na ntwi abese ya asase a
Our study findings reveal that the cattle are being killed by security services as they pass through the Asante Akim municipalities. Killing those cattle, which we need the meat also, which are very important for our well-being, may not be the best solution. There is a need for us to look at the better way of harmonizing both cattle and the crops. Because as dry season comes, these transhuman cattle herders will definitely pass through. And when they pass through to get greener pastures. Let us find the best way of living with them without any violence.
One key thing that I need to indicate is the fact that some of the farmers are now using radio sets, especially those who cannot stay in their farms in the evening to drive away from cattle when they come. They hang a radio set in their farms and then they tune it to an FM station that operates overnight, so that when cattle are coming, they think the farmer is in the farm. So it's kind of deterred them from the farm.
And so Nina in Takwaba, police for ni ayi Kuyafo ma kunkum omo nyina enti yesu ya ba benya ba bi atina ewo hano enti yesu egusudo nanso still imboano a obini mutimi firi ba bi aba ha omo ba ha yenim omo kura yenim ba bi a omo firi obini mu ho kura aha na obetimi aho omo enti omo kura omo kan ho se omo ba ha no anajo a omo nanti no akosai afom akosai nema ni nyina eti problem amai ni nyina ewo anajo nti anajo nso ye ma obia se won sori ese dabi anajo die yesa anajo epese adiasa wajuma asa enti brabeda fie adiachi ajuma sorry be wajuma enti ono ana epese abai emwae
no as assembly member ya team form committee ebia nantwie ko se obi no ama na se obi fom ekokum obi nantwie a na ya team atena se asisi madie no bae no magidi se sei na bekọ dia abo as assembly obia ho beto na assembly ho beto no na ekuafo no soso ho ato mo no na fulanofo no so at the same time na assembly soso ya team generate IGF kakra.
Night grazing has been practiced by herders in the steady area for now. It's not a sustainable adaptation strategy because crops are being graded during night grazing. Also, charcoal production as practiced by most farmers in the steady area is not sustainable because they don't plant more trees, and for that matter, it endangers our forests. So I think government and other stakeholders should promote sustainable adaptation strategies that will not endanger our society. Going forward, I suggest that grazing sites should be established for the transhumant herders in particular, so that as and when they come, they will be able to go there for the grazing. Secondly, there should be a migratory corridors for the cattle, so that when the transhumants are coming with their cattle, they pass through these corridors to the grazing site. I think these two things, when implemented, will be able to curtail the effects of, will be able to reduce the farmer-herder conflicts in the area. Thank you.